Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is gonna be a little different, family. It's gonna be a little different. I want to speak about how men are lost and misguided. Okay, men only. Okay, I just want to talk to the men. Now, it is only right for me to do the inverted video of this. I got y'all. I give y'all that. Okay, which means talk about the women. But today, men only. I just want to talk to my men. Now, for the women who done snuck up on here, okay, I know y'all got your nose growing like Pinocchio, and y'all want to see what I'm about to say to the men or about the men. That's fine. Maybe you gonna find your husband down below in the comments. Okay, maybe you gonna get a better idea or description of what it is for a man to do. Okay, and maybe you had your father, and that's good for you. And I don't say that in a sarcastic way. I really mean that, because a woman who does not have a father figure in her life, or who did not have a man in her life, she don't really have the best example, so she don't really know. Okay, a man can't teach a woman how to be a woman, and a woman can't teach a man how to be a man. And so that's just the realest it get. But sticking to the point, y'all, you know, us men, we have been through a lot since childhood. We are battling with trauma. We are battling with, you know, things that we have dealt with in the past. Okay, maybe we were abused, and when I say we, y'all, I'm literally saying we, because I done been there. All right, abused, okay, mentally, physically, emotionally. All right, maybe you have been scolded, verbally abused. I mean, whatever the case is, y'all, like, us men, we go through a lot at a young age. This is very small, but it just starts at the young age, right? So I was at Juneteenth. As y'all can see, I don't go out like that, right? I stay on my business, right? I stay on my business, so I'm still talking about Juneteenth. But when I went out for Juneteenth, I seen this young kid. He was a young boy, by the way, and he was carrying like 2 coolers, and his mom was just walking. Now, I'm not mad at his mom, because she's actually teaching him how to be a man at a very young age, right? She's teaching him how to be a man at a very young age, and I have no problem with that, right? Honestly, I have no problem at all. But I just want y'all to understand, ladies, okay, if y'all are on here, but for my men, since the beginning of time, us men, young boys, okay, we have had pressure on us, and we have had expectations on us since, I mean, it's almost since the day we was born. All right, you know, yeah, when a young boy turns 6 or 7, you already taking out the trash, which you should. But what I'm saying is, all that stuff adds on to the abuse, the trauma, the expectation, you know, having the world on our shoulders. We carry on so much at a young age, okay? And then this carries over to our adulthood. And this is why certain men are not, you know, intact with their feminine side like their woman want them to be, because nobody took it easy on them. It was always work. It was always figure it out. It was always, you better stop crying. Okay, it was always, you better figure it out by any means necessary. Take this trash out, carry these coolers, pick up these kegs. You are a man, shut up. That's pretty much what it was as a kid. Since a man was a kid, this is what we have been going through, right? Now, I just want to say this, y'all. Unfortunately, it has caused a lot of men to be lost and misguided. Not only that, y'all, but even having the absence of our fathers has caused us to be lost and misguided. Do y'all know where I learned how to be a man from? Right? I learned how to be a man from watching my mom play both roles. Number 1. Then number 2, I learned from YouTube. Just watching some of my idols, watching some of the people who I always looked up to, watching how they took care of their families, their wives, their daughters, okay? Listening to certain people like Dr. Miles Monroe, all right? I mean, there was other individuals, but what I'm saying is, y'all, I didn't learn how to be a man at a very young age. I didn't really understand the essence of what a man was until I got about 21, 22, right? And by that time, you know, life had already took its course. So what I'm saying, y'all, is that We are not taught the correct information on how to be a man. We're just taught to be tough. But when we get into that marriage, when we get into that relationship, when we intertwine with this woman, all we remember is what they taught us since we was kids. Stop crying, suck it up, work, figure it out. No, I get it, family. You know, you do have men out here. They sorry bums, okay? I'ma just call it how it is. They are sorry bums. Laying on their mama couch. They don't work. They, expect for a woman to take care of them. This video, matter of fact, it is for them. They need to learn how to be a man, all right? But I'm speaking to those who are lost and misguided, specifically, those who want to, but they don't know how to, okay? But the bums need this too. They need this. So this right here is probably going to be one of the realest videos I did for men only. Once again, if y'all ladies are still on here, I'm about to give y'all the 4 assignments of a man, okay? These are the 4 assignments of a man. Every man should do this. You can't consider yourself a man if you don't do these particular things, all right? So before I get into these, y'all, I know that was a long intro, family, but y'all make sure y'all like this video, leave a thumbs up on this video, y'all. Subscribe to the channel if anything resonated with you, okay? And not only that, y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's get into it, fellas. Number 1, protect, okay? Protect. Now, I know somebody may be saying, Reno, that was cliche, bro. I know I'm supposed to be doing that. Well, why aren't you doing it? Right? We are supposed to protect our daughters. We are supposed to protect our queens. We are supposed to protect our mothers. Protect all of the women that are in our family. Our sisters. We got to protect them. Even our sisters who are not our sisters biologically. All right? What I'm saying is, y'all, is that God made us in a certain body frame, okay, because he wanted us to be protectors. Oftentimes, y'all, men forget about this part. We forget that we are natural born protectors. We are supposed to protect our homes. We protect our kingdoms. But instead, we come home, we get drunk, we smoke, we pop pills because we done went out to work, we done went out somewhere, and we don't like how we was treated outside. And then we bring that toxic energy home to our kids, to our wives. And then guess what? It's a cycle. The kids take it to school, and you want to whoop them. See, it starts based off of protection. Now, not only do you want to protect, your family physically, but you also want to protect them financially, right? And that's actually going to be another point, okay, because I'm going to use another word for that. But protection is protection. You want to protect them physically, financially, emotionally. You want to protect them in all ways, protect them spiritually. This is why a man is the priest of his own home, okay? If you are a man, I don't care if you're married or if you're just in a relationship, once y'all stay together and y'all start building up that family and that foundation, congratulations, you are not a priest. But Reno, I don't go to church. You are still the priest of your home. Why? Because a man is supposed to be a natural leader, okay? Which means you submit to God, she submits to you, okay, and everything else follows. That's how that's supposed to go. That is how it is supposed to go. You are supposed to be a protector, my brother. And so, again, you got to protect your family away from the ways of the world. See, the thing is, y'all, most men just allow their daughters to do what they want to do because they want to be extra nice, or they don't want to be on the bad side. No, you got to protect her from the world, okay? You got to protect your son. Why? Because the guys out there in the street, Run and John, oh yeah, little Billy them, yep, little Tump, they ready to go get his head blown off. And I'm not saying they're going to be the ones to do it. I'm just saying he's possibly going to send them or send your son on a dummy mission. Right? They gonna let him crash out on himself. They gonna let him crash out for no reason, just so he can get some stripes. Come on, man. I done been there. Just so you can get some stripes. Yeah, man, I know when I get out of jail, man, I'm gonna have stripes. But what do you got to show for it besides a street cred? Because you can't take street cred to the bank. You can't take street cred to an apartment. And I'm gonna say this, y'all. Newsflash. Convicted felons, they can't get a place to stay. This is why they have no choice but to lean on their game. They got no choice but to lean on their game to get themselves into a home with a woman who already got it. Now he is allowing himself to be taken care of by a woman, and you will never be able to look that as the man that you are, because you got her out of her femininity and you are placing her within her masculinity. Okay, and you wonder why she won't submit to you. I told y'all, this right here is one of the realest videos that I'm going to do for men. I got to. Number one is protect. You have to protect. You gotta protect. Okay, you have to. Number two is teach. Okay, teach. Like I said, family, a lot of men perish because they wasn't taught by real men. Okay, lucky me, or lucky for me, I grew up in the era of YouTube. So I'm just being honest, y'all. You can find a lot of these things that I'm speaking about on YouTube. You can search this stuff, okay? You can watch videos. They got courses, seminars. I mean, the list goes on, right? You don't have to be miseducated out here, okay? Listen, y'all. You are not responsible for what you don't know, but you are responsible for what you need to learn. Okay, you are responsible for what you need to learn. And so with that being said, family, you have to teach your family, okay, about financial literacy. You got to teach your son that he has the main role of being a leader and he got to protect, okay? I mean, you got to teach them all the things that they need to learn. You are responsible for teaching them. You are responsible for putting them on game. You are responsible for giving them the education that they need. A man's job is to teach his family, to teach his son, to teach his daughter, okay? To even teach his wife. Most women want men who they can learn something from. If she's teaching you everything, once again, you got her in her masculine, all right? And you are now in the feminine position. Listen, family, you have to teach, all right? Number three is going to be cultivate. Cultivate, cultivate, cultivate. Now, what I mean by cultivate is the same way Adam had to cultivate everything that was around him, all right? That was one of his assignments. He had to cultivate the grounds, okay? He even had to cultivate the waters because God wanted him to name all the animals, whether they were on land and in the water. All right. And so with that being said, y'all, he had to cultivate everything that was around him, which means grow it, make it better. Okay. Modify it, cultivate. And so this is why when a man gets a woman, he's never going to get a finished product. Okay. A man will never get a finished product. God is going to place you in position to have a woman that you're not going to have to build, but a woman that you're going to have to add to, right? Because our jobs is to cultivate. Now, here's the thing. Her job is to be a helper. And like I said, I'm going to do a whole nother video inverted specifically for the women, but this right here is for my men. You're not going to get a full out project, okay, or a full out product. You're not going to get that. Your job is to help make that woman better. Your job is to help add to that woman. Your job is to help cultivate that woman. Your job is to turn her from this to this. You see what I'm saying? And it's not to say that she don't have anything to bring to the table. It's just to say that as a man, our assignment is to cultivate anything that is around us. We make it better. All right? That's our job. And the last thing, y'all, is going to be number 4. That's provide, okay? I know y'all was looking for that and waiting for that one. Provide, 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 okay? Should a man pay all the bills or go 50-50, right? The simple answer is a man should pay all the bills, okay? Because we was brought here to be providers. We were brought here, okay, to lead. How can you be a full out leader and y'all are going 50-50 on the bills, right? She's going to subconsciously feel as if she has just as much say so as you, all right? Well, Reno, I don't got the money like that. Well, you should not be dating, or you should have some type of understanding, and she has to have some type of understanding that, hey, my man is not, where all these other men are on social media or in the world. Okay, my man just made $50,000. There's no way possible he can pay all the rent and pay everything and pay this and pay that and then still have money for us both to go out for leisure. All right, it's not possible. So this is where we have to have an understanding between one another, or you just simply should not date or be in a relationship. All right. Well, Reno, I thought we can grow together. That's right. You can, but you can't expect to have the full on or the full out say so over this woman and expect for her to submit to you, because you're not providing, right? You're not providing. Your marriage will end if you're not a full out provider. I'm gonna just tell you straight up and down. Your woman can possibly, step out because you're not a full out provider. I'm gonna clean this up too. If this woman stepped out on you, obviously she's probably not the one. Okay, she's probably not the one, because when you're talking about infidelity, this is something totally different. But what I will say is, if you haven't read up on this, y'all check this out. But the number one divorce killer is finances, and this does cause infidelity. Okay, now I'll respect it better if a woman say, you know what, John, I can't do this. This right here, I thought that you was more financially stable, whatever the case is, I'm out. I respect that more, because maybe she's a little further in her life. Maybe she just feel like, I'm above this, or whatever the case is. But it's always best to get somebody that you can grow with. Okay, someone that you can grow with, and someone who's going to understand where you are. And so once you get to that place, this is when you can be a full out provider, meaning you're paying for everything, right? Now, I do believe that if you make about, 50,000, I would say anything less than about 70, I believe that, maybe she can help you out with the utilities. Maybe she can help you out with smaller bills. But for the bulk of it, the man is supposed to take care of majority of the bills. Okay, that 50-50 crap, y'all, fellas, we gotta wake up. In order to be looked at as a real full out on man, you gotta take care of the bulk of it. Let me make this clear. I'm not saying that if you making 50,000 a year, 40,000, 30,000, that you got to be a full-on not provider and pay for everything. It is impossible. You will go broke. I'm just saying, if you're making around about less than 70, then you should at least just pay the bulk of it. Maybe you pay the rent, okay, and you let her pay the little small utilities. All right, you just pay the bulk of everything. By that way, you have more of the say so, okay, and she's going to be willing to submit to you. Now, this is just reality. Now, I know with some guys who preach a man should do it regardless, okay, but it's all type of variables that go into that. Sometimes people fall in love. Okay, sometimes people get together prematurely. What we're gonna do? We're gonna break up just because I don't have the money, right? We gotta make the adjustment. We have to make the adjustment. But as a man, your job is to provide. So I don't think most people have explained it. I think most men, who have multi-millions or a whole bunch of thousands, are telling people you need to provide for that woman and pay 100%. Listen, it's not possible. Okay, it is not possible. Cost of living have went up. 70,000 is not even 70,000 no more. All right, it's almost like the new 50,000. However, if you're making about 70,000 or less, at least pay the bulk of everything. And yes, she should help you out. Maybe she get a part-time job or whatever the case is. But once you are fully financially stable, then as a man, you should take care of pretty much everything. Okay, my granddaddy took care of my grandma. All right, that's how it was, y'all. Okay, that's how it was. Adam was just, I'm sorry, y'all. Eve was just a helper. That's all she was. Eve was just a helper. She wasn't the woman who, did everything. No, she was just a helper. Your woman is supposed to be a helpmate. That's what we get misconstrued. She's supposed to be a helpmate. She's not supposed to do half of it. Help is not equivalent to half. help is not equivalent to have. Help is almost equivalent to like, okay, 25%. Okay, 15%. Okay. And like I said, when you were at that point where you got it, now you starting to make 80 and plus, okay, now you could pretty much take care of everything. 80 and plus, but 70 and less, you probably want to go ahead and just pay the bulk of everything, right? And just have her to help you out part-time. But the point of what I'm saying, y'all, is that you have to provide to be considered a real man, okay? A real man. Listen, family, finances is the #1 killer of a marriage. You don't got your money right. This is why people should not get married prematurely if that money ain't right, because it's gonna be some problems that come about. So sticking to it, y'all. Y'all, a lot of men are lost and misguided. They never had this, they never heard this message maybe. But I'm telling you the requirements of a man. All right. #1, protect. Okay. #2, teach. #3, cultivate. And #4, provide. All right. Write it down, y'all. Fix it in your mind. Remember it. But these are the requirements and the job of a man. Okay. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. What's good, family? Peace. It's your boy Reno. Check this out, y'all. I just dropped my social influence course, okay? Where I show you how to build up your social media platform as well as become a self-published author. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? If you want to leverage your expertise, okay, you got to publish your book. But not only that, if you want to get popping and build your community, you got to build up your social media platform. And so I put that all in one course, okay? And so all you got to do is go to the link in my bio, all right? And drop in the comments, social influence. If you want to build up your social influence, click that link in the bio and we're going to get you popping. Keep a rich mentality.